guys, I'm Dr. Geetika. I'm Dr. Geetika Gupta, Medical Director and Founder of Isaac Lux. I'm a cosmetic dermatologist and I've been practicing for last 10 years. Isaac Lux is present in Delhi, in Vasant Vihar and Friends Colony and Gurgaon. And we also have recently opened our clinic in Mumbai. So I'm going to wait for all of you to join us while we have a very interesting chat about dry skin versus dehydrated skin. There are different skin types that we have, so I'm going to talk about also how to know what skin type do you have, because it's really important to know the kind of skin type that you have, because that also helps in choosing the kind of products that you should be using on the skin. And while the lockdown is happening, it's also a good time to start taking care of your skin. And especially for women, skin type actually changes as you grow up. Hormones play a very big role in your skin type. There are certain hormones which can produce more inflammation, it can produce more sebum and oil secretion, and thus causing acne. I'm talking about acne because it's a stressful condition when you're sitting at home and trying to manage so many things. We are also seeing a lot of people having stress acne because of improper sleep, improper dietary habits, not following your skincare routine. That can also cause inflammation and acne in your skin. So we're going to make this chat very interactive. I will have a brief discussion about the skin types, dry skin, dehydrated skin, and then I would also like to take a lot of questions from all of you. So please keep sending me in your questions, because I will be going back and then I will take the questions from there. So we all know that we have a certain skin type. Generally the skin types that we are aware of are dry skin, oily skin, or combination skin, or sensitive skin. So how to know that what kind of skin type do you have? It's actually very simple. So when you wake up in the morning and if you have oil on your face and you have that quick urge to quickly wash your face, or if you put a tissue on your face during the day and you have oil coming out, then definitely you have oily skin. But if after the face wash your skin feels very tight, then you have a dry skin. But if your skin is oily, maybe in the T-zone, and dry on the cheeks, then you have a combination skin type. But if your skin tends to be itchy, red, or maybe very dry in patches, then you have sensitive skin. Sometimes people who still can't understand their skin type, I would always suggest them to use products which are meant for sensitive skin rather to use any aggressive products, so that your skin can at least start building up. Now we talk about dry skin or dehydrated skin. Many times both the terms are used together and there's a lot of confusion as to if they are same or they are different. Now dry skin is a skin type that you're born with, meaning your body is producing less sebum, or your skin has less oil glands as compared to the regular skin. Thus your skin has no lipid barrier, and thus making your skin more prone to dryness, and it is unable to retain any moisturizer. So that is dry skin. A dry skin will always be scaly. It can also have white flakes. It is generally around the perioral area, and it also can have irritation. You can also have dry skin on your body, and it can sometimes, when it is really bad, it can feel like a sandpaper on your body. While dehydrated skin is just as the word suggests, loss of moisture or water from the skin. Sometimes your skin can be actually oily and dehydrated, because when there is lesser water, your skin can be actually getting more irritated and producing more oil, and thus acne can also happen. So it's very important to know if your skin is dry or dehydrated. A dehydrated skin would be dry, itchy, dull. There would be shadows under the eye. The wrinkles will be more and more visible. You would have uneven skin tone. So a dehydrated skin is more related to your lifestyle, meaning that you can get a dehydrated skin due to excessive workout and not drinking enough water, due to smoking, due to sitting out in the sun. All this can cause dehydrated skin. So it is a very well treatable lifestyle skin condition that you can treat, and treat from within by supplementing water inside your body, by using more water-based moisturizers. All of that is important. I will also talk about a very simple test that you can do on your skin at home to find out if you have dry skin or dehydrated skin. It's very easy. Just pinch your skin very lightly, and if you pinch your skin and you see more wrinkles on the skin and your skin doesn't bounce back easily, that means you have dehydrated skin. So that's a very simple test that all of you can do and find out if you have dry skin or dehydrated skin. So that was the test. Now talking about dehydrated skin, certain times your body can also show some symptoms of dehydrated skin, because your body is dehydrated when you have dehydrated skin, like dizziness, lightheadedness, lot of weakness, lot of lethargy. All these things you can see. Dehydrated skin you can treat by increasing the water intake. Make sure you understand what is your routine. Are you exercising quite a lot? Because just that 8 glasses of water is bare minimum. But if you're exercising and sweating a lot, then you should also make sure that you increase the water intake in your body. Have more vegetable, fruits, legumes which are high in water content, like watermelon, melon, and then there's spinach, celery, cucumbers. Make a smoothie out of it and have it every day. It's really good for your skin. Coconut water is full of minerals and hydration. You can also have electrolytes if your skin is feeling very, very dehydrated. Decrease or limit your alcohol intake, your caffeine intake, and if you're taking any diuretics, make sure that you're supplementing the water intake accordingly. And you should also make sure that you're sleeping well, because not getting enough of sleep also shows on your body as dehydration. Products which are rich on hyaluronic acid, cucumber, algae, which are like water-based, help in treating the dehydrated skin. Now when we talk about dry skin, my rule of thumb is first exfoliation. Exfoliation is removing of the dead skin layer on the skin. So it's very important to not only limit the buildup of the dead skin on the face, but also it reduces the absorption of the moisture. So if there's a lot of dead skin on the face, it will reduce the absorption of the moisturizers. So avoid that. Avoid any hot showers. Long hot showers should be avoided. Have showers maybe 5 to 7 minutes long every day and make it warm water, finishing it with cold water rinses, because that not only strips away, the hot water strips away the natural moisture barrier from your skin. So it is not a good idea to have any hot water showers. And while your skin is still wet, make sure you dab dry your skin. Don't scrub it with the towel, because that also would remove all the natural moisture. Just dab it dry and then you start locking in the moisture. So you can use your moisturizer. Cetaphil has a brilliant body wash and a moisturizer. You can use that, and if your skin is really, really very dry, you can also mix in some oil with it and use it on your skin, on your body. For your face, quickly start layering up the products. So you start with your toner, your serums. Serums can be rich in hyaluronic acid because that's a natural water binding molecule. So it can bind water in your skin. So it's a very good idea to pick serums which have hyaluronic acid. And then you put your moisturizer on top. The moisturizers should have ceramides, emollients, anything that can hold the moisture in your skin. So Cetaphil has a damp moisturizer, which is one of my favorites. It has to be used only once in a day, so you don't have to keep reusing it. It has the capacity to keep your skin moisturized for 24 hours, they say. And I've seen my patients come back to me who are really happy with it. So use your moisturizer and then the sunblock, because sun is also going to dehydrate your skin, which is not a good idea. Then you need to be very aware of the seasonal change. Right now it's summer, but during winters when the temperature, like the heating temperature in the room is high or there is low humidity, that can also take away the moisture from your skin. So put in a humidifier in your room that can retain the moisture in your room, and also use a moisturizer which is more heavier at night on the skin, because at night your skin is going to repair. In the morning we use products which can help prevent the damage, and at night we use products which can help repair the damage. So do all of that and then maintain your skin during the day. When I say maintain your skin, so if your skin is heavily sweating and you're working out, you can make sure that you wash your skin then, because when you have sweat it will get evaporated, and then evaporation also causes dryness. So you need to wash and then follow your CTM again. If you're using any facial mist, make sure those mists are not alcohol based and they also have some moisturizing agents. So do all of this and I'm sure it will be very, very helpful to understand what is the difference and how you can change your skincare routine and treat it accordingly.